Hey everybody, it's Miss Sawyer back with you to talk today about evaluating expressions. I'm going to give you some quick notes with you today on this, and hopefully that will help you get through your Edulastic homework. So let's get right into it. So when we're evaluating expressions, really, a lot of times you're going to hear the term plug in. You'll hear me use that term about plug and chug, plugging numbers in for variables. That's really what we're doing. The thing you have to be very careful about here is making sure, number one, that you're plugging in for the right variables, and number two, that anytime you have to plug a negative in, that you put it in parentheses. So let's walk through 5 quick problems. So in this problem, P and M in this case are both 4. So we're going to plug these in, and then we're going to use our order of operations to simplify that expression. So 4 minus 2 is 2, that's in parentheses, and 4 minus 2 is 2. Nice and easy. Now, the next problem is going to have some different operations to it. So we have J being 4, and H is 2. Let's plug in those values. So we've got 4 minus parentheses 2 divided by 2 squared. Now, order of operations says we're going to do the parentheses part first. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, but I'm going to leave it in parentheses because there's a squared on the outside. 1 squared is 1 times 1. Now I'm going to bring down the 4 minus 1 is going to give me a final answer of 3. Moving down into our last problem, again, longer problem, but that's okay. X is going to be 5, Y is going to be 6. So let's plug everything in. So we have 5 minus 6 divided by 6 minus 6 divided by 6. Well, again, we work left to right. We do all the division and multiplication first because there's no parentheses here. So 6 divided by 6, this turns into 1. Bring down your minus sign. 6 divided by 6, that's 1. So we have 5 minus 1 minus 1. Start from the left to the right. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 gives me a final answer of 3. 2 more problems to do. So this one is a fun problem because we've got lots of parentheses, and not only that, we have a negative in both J and K to plug in. So we're going to have to be very careful. We're going to use a lot of space here. So starting at the beginning, we have 4 plus J is a negative 2. So negative 2, that's the first part right there. Open another set of parentheses. We've got H, which is 3, minus, they've got parentheses. We've got J is a negative 2, minus 3, and times K, which is a negative 1. And then we've got this double set of closed parentheses. So we have a lot of parentheses to deal with in here. So we're going to start where we have the majority of our parentheses. So we're going to start over on this side. We've got negative 2 minus 3 times 1. So we're going to treat these two first. Negative 3 times negative 1 actually turns into a positive 3. Well, then we've got negative 2 plus 3. Well, negative 2 plus 3, if all of this was in parentheses, this would turn into a positive 1. So that takes care of me from this point all the way to here. I need to bring down the 3 minus. So we have 3 minus 1. This is that last set of parentheses. Well, 3 minus 1 is 2. So now I've covered everything from this point all the way to the end. So now we need to deal with this front set of parentheses. Well, 4 plus a negative 2, 4 plus a negative 2 would get me 2. So this turns into 2. So I'm going to bring that 2 down here. And the last operation between these two parentheses is an unspoken multiplication. Well, 2 times 2 is going to get me a final answer of 4. So you just have to take your time with some of these problems. They do get kind of big, but again, nothing overly complicated. In the last problem we have here, we've got distributive property, but we've got fractions. So let's deal with this problem. So we'll leave the negative 3, parentheses, B is a 1/2, and C is a 1/4. So now if we distribute the 3, remember we're only multiplying times the numerators, the top numbers. Well, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 times 1, but this one's already negative, so we're going to change this to a positive to become 3 over 4. And then if you remember from your old math classes, what do you need to have in order to add fractions? You need common denominators. So I can multiply this 2 by 2 to make it into a 4. But if I multiply by 2 on the bottom, I need to multiply by 2 on the top. So I'm going to turn negative 3 halves into negative 6 fourths. And now add across the numerator. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. The denominator does not get added. It stays the same. And you're all set. Hopefully that gives you enough to get started on your Edulastic. Tonight's homework has a total of 8 problems on it on evaluating expressions. So hopefully you're going to do well on that tonight. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.